Hey friends, welcome to the 34th episode of the Sunday Knitting Society podcast. My name is Chelsea and I'm a knitter in Oklahoma City. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back. I hope you guys have had a really good week. I've had a good one. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that actually there has been some fun, memorable stuff, but I had my group of friends. We all did a Dirty Santa, and I showed you guys before what gift I was bringing, and my gift got picked last, and it had exactly the expectation or the reaction I thought it would. So I brought a hat I knitted of some frisky meese. Um, but when you first look at it, it just looks like a nice, like Fair Isle-ish hat. And then when you look closer, you see what it really is. um, and so the girl who opened it, she was like, "Oh, this is nice," and everybody, "Oh, Chelsea, that was nice." And then some people started actually looking at it, and we were all like cry laughing at the end, and it was hilarious. And actually, what's funny is I got her gift, which was I wish I had it actually. I left it downstairs in my kitchen. It was a ceramic coffee mug that a friend of hers makes. So I actually got a good gift. she got a hat, but it was pretty funny. So that was it was a lot of inside jokes in that, and it was hilarious and such a fun time. So um, I have one more of those this holiday with my family, and they're like, some people take Dirty Santa parties, and it's like buy the best gift you can in the dollar limit. My family is like buy the absolute worst gift you could possibly get, like cringy, nobody wants it kind of gift for the price range. Actually, the price range really doesn't even matter because most people don't get near it in my family. I think mine this year cost $5. I need to find it though. I bought it months ago and I don't know where I put it. So I need to find mine. But there's this one that actually got passed around every year for a while, and it was this horrific, like mouse figurine. It was like, I think the head was ceramic. It might have been knitted. Or not knitted, like sewn. But it had, I don't know, it was not functional at all, but it had like a tiny little head and a big body, and it was like the country mouse kind of thing, but kind of scary and creepy. And my family named it Sandrine. Um, and the rule was, no one followed this rule, but the rule we said was that if you win it, you have to display it somewhere where it's visible in your house for the whole year. We never did that. But I think the last time it was in circulation, the guy my grandma was seeing or dating, he won it, and then they broke up. I think he kept it. And we're all like, yes. I never won it. I never want to. I think if I win it, it's going to mysteriously end up at Goodwill. But so that's like, yeah, my family gifts are weird. And that's the way I like it, honestly. But I have, so to my to-do list today, aside from doing a lot of knitting, I already did my run. I did not have it in me to go run 10 miles. I'm tired of my Saturdays being dominated by running. So I went and just ran 4 miles around my neighborhood, and it was really fun. I posted on my Instagram, but 2 neighbors across the street have giant, like house size inflatables, and they're like waving at each other across the street. And I thought that was really cute. There was a lot of fun inflatables kind of throughout my run. So I'm going to do the same run on Sunday and just kind of see how my body does with back-to-back runs, because that's kind of going to be important. So, but it felt good. It was a fun run. And it was a nice change of pace, literally and figuratively. But yeah, so I'm doing that. I'm baking some cinnamon rolls today and some sourdough and making some lunch for the rest of the week. And yeah, knitting. And then I'm also wrapping up all of my Christmas presents that I got for other people. I got my best friend's present in the mail today. I also got the sweater giveaway in the mail today. I realized just as I said that I didn't go through my stuff and find another giveaway. Maybe we'll do that next time. Or a New Year's thing. I don't know. Yeah, got all that done. Started baking a bunch of stuff, or really proving a bunch of stuff. So yeah, it's gonna taste really good tomorrow. And I'll have a whole bunch of cute little presents under my tree. Although I'm a really bad present wrapper. Like, I'm quite bad. I can make it look okay, but I'm not good at the corners. So it's okay. My family knows that. All right, let's get to some knitting. So today I'm wearing my Aldous sweater, which is a pattern by Isabell Kraemer. I believe this is a saddle shoulder. My hair out of the way. So yeah, you kind of, I don't remember actually. I think it is, because I think you like do something here and then you come back and you pick up. I knit this a couple years ago out of Lamana Como, which is super soft and it pills like, I don't know if you can see it. I'll get my head out of the way. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's just super pilly. So it always looks kind of rough, but it is incredibly soft, like next to skin, super comfy. So unfortunately, those kind of sweaters kind of end up being my wear around the house because they look really frumpy kind of sweaters. I need to glean it, but the main gleaner that I use is a little bit more rough, and this is a pretty fine yarn. So I have an actual like gleaner brand gleaner somewhere. So it has more attachments, and I think it has one that's a little bit more like for finer yarn. So I just need to find it. I also posted a picture on my Instagram today of all of my knits that are just piled up on this guest bed that I have worn in the last 2 weeks, and I haven't folded. So you can see there's some empty spaces on the shelves where sweaters belong, but I'll do that today. Just kind of like leave them there and then rifle through and pick out the one I want to wear. That's what I did with this. Part of the issue is I kind of feel like if I'm going to fold them and put them up, I need to glean them or depill them. Like, and that takes a long time. I actually really don't enjoy that task. I know it makes it look prettier, but it's just texturally and like, ugh, I don't like that. I don't like the feeling of gleaning. So I need to get one of those. I think Petite Knit has one that's like a electronic one, and you just kind of like drag it over the thing and it just automatically, like, it's got like a blade in there or something, and I don't know how it works. But you don't have to like scrape. So maybe I'll have to look into that next year. Yeah, so that's what I'm wearing. I have one FO and I have 3 whips today. I have a deadline. I have a few deadlines. So naturally, I cast on projects that have no deadline and will take forever. That's what I did this week. But last night, I finished my sister's Christmas hat. So this is the Skyping beanie. I really like this pattern. It's incredibly easy. It's 1x1 rib, go up a few needle sizes, broken rib, do a crown. Super, super easy. I knit this out of a fairly rustic yarn. So this is the Caretaker by, shoot. Okay, I have another one. It's like High Country Wool. Ah, there we go. This is Caretaker by High Country Wool. I don't know if they still make that or not, but it's a more rustic yarn, and I was a little worried that it was going to be too rustic, but it's not. I haven't even blocked this. I'm not going to, because it's already kind of loose. My sister and I both have somewhat big heads, but I think I have the bigger head. And it's already pretty loose on me, so I'm afraid if I wash this, it's not going to lay right. But it's got just a little bit of slouch in the back, but not an obnoxious amount of slouch. It's not itchy on my forehead at all. So I think I'm actually going to make one of these for myself. I have, so I've got a more like red color of this, and I have a dark like charcoal gray. I don't know which one I'm gonna do. I'm kind of leaning towards the red actually, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do the charcoal. And I think I'm going to go down some needle sizes because this fits me pretty loose, and so I think I want it to be a little bit more snug on myself. Yeah. So done. This was like my purse knitting. It just stayed in my purse all the time. Actually, funny story. Uh, actually, I don't know if I want to tell the story. But I said it. Uh, so this was in my purse, but when I run, I generally for my long runs, I've been doing it out of the lake, and so I kind of pack everything I need into this little backpack, including my wallet, and take it out there. So I'm not taking my purse because I have to leave everything in my car when I run. But I had taken my wallet out for my run and forgot to put it back. And one of my coworkers and I, like on Thursday, we were talking about how she accidentally left her wallet at home, didn't realize she had. So she's like, I can't go do my errands after work because I got to go home and get my wallet. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And then on Friday, I went to the liquor store to buy some stuff for the Twix mess and realized that I also didn't have my wallet and had not had my wallet in my purse since Saturday. So I'd gone a whole week without even realizing that I didn't have my wallet. It was in the backpack that I used, so that it wasn't lost. I had my knitting, but I did not have my wallet, so I had to go home and like fix that real quick. But yeah, I've just kind of kept this on me, and when I have spare time, I come out and or get it out and do a couple rows, and it's very very nice. So this is one of the things that gets wrapped today. So I think that's a free pattern, the Skyping beanie. So it's a good one. And they have two different weights. I think they have a fingering weight and a DK. So it's pretty adaptable. Okay, so the next two whips, one of them is a resurrected whip and one of them is a brand new cast on. So let's talk about the resurrected whip because it's in my favorite bag. This is my fat squirrel bag. It's the library bag. I love it so much. I'd had it kind of tucked away because the project in it is old, and I just kind of forgot about it. And then I saw it and I was like, ooh, yeah, I want to work on this. So this is a blanket that I started, I don't even know, last year. And then I just kind of lost steam on it because it's just very simple, but I kind of just wanted this. So I'm using a set of yarn from Moonglow Yarns. And it is wonderful. So I think I cast on 160 stitches. I'm using a size 6 needle, and I'm just doing garter. I'm slipping the first stitch every row. I think I lost steam on this because when I started making it, I thought it was too small for me. And so I thought, oh, I'll make it as a baby blanket. And then 4 of my friends got pregnant and were due in the winter. And I didn't want to have to make 4 blankets. So I kind of stopped working on it. But I'm on color 3. They did have names. I don't know where any of the tags are, or ball bands are, so I have no idea what any of these names are. But I'm on the 3rd one, which is this really pretty pink. And then the next one is this cream. And then this blue. I am not going to be able to do this. And then the last one is this guy. So let's see if I can hold this up. So it'll be really fun and like kind of vintage Christmassy. This is a DK weight yarn. It's really nice. I think she still has this in her shop. Actually, I don't know that for sure. I know she still has made this because I've seen it on her Instagram. But I don't know if she's actually selling it, so I shouldn't say that. But it's really fun. And this is just kind of getting a few rows every once in a while. And it's just kind of, it's one that has no time frame on it, but it's also one that if I really sat down and worked on it, it wouldn't take me that long. So I don't know if this will still be or like stay mine. I have a niece who has a birthday at the end of January. So it could be hers. I could save it for somebody else's baby in the future. I don't know. I might just use it myself. It is big enough as a lap blanket. So we'll see. I guess I could also block it and see if I could block it out bigger. But that really doesn't sound fun. So I probably won't. But yeah, so that one's easy. The next one is also a blanket whip that I started this week. Because because I needed something new. I honestly I feel like I was like, nope, we're gonna finish your test knit, you're gonna finish your sister's hat, you're gonna finish your advent socks, we're gonna get all these other things done, and that way we can start a sweater for Betwixt Mess. And like as I was thinking that, I was winding up yarn for another project. So, oh no, I'm mid-row. Dang it. Oh, I'm almost done. Okay. Well, no, I'm not. I'm very much mid-row. Well, shoot. That's annoying. Also, like, what did I do? I'm like mid-row and tangled. Okay, there we go. Well, use your imagination. You wouldn't really be able to see much of it. So this is what I'm working on. This is going to be a giant half and half wrap with scraps. And by half and half wrap, I mean blanket. It's roughly the same pattern. I've made a few of them, and so I didn't feel like looking up the actual pattern, and so I just started doing short rows. So I am using, so this is linen quill. I think this is pale oats, I think. And then these are little mini skeins. So years ago, I did the row 1 Carnival of Color Club, where you got, I think it was 10 little wound up minis like this every month. And it was from a different indie dyer. So you kind of got to try different indie dyers. I've barely used any of mine. You guys, this basket is full of them. I have probably 100 of them easily. Actually, I easily have 100 of them. And they just sit there. And I don't know why, because they're so fun. Actually, I take that back. They don't entirely sit there. Let me find it. At the very bottom, there's some of these. So at one point, I was making hexagons to do that like beekeeper blanket with hexagons. Those are pain in the butt. I think I got like 40 of them after working on it for over a year. And I just realized like it's not going to happen. So I think I have enough. I could probably make like a coaster with them or maybe something a little bit more. But like, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at that. That's so fun. So this one is Teal Torch Knits. It's Shrampies. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I have so many of them. And I can get, right now I can get about 5 or 6 rows from each one. So my thinking, there's no rhyme or reason to the colors I'm choosing. I'm literally doing a row and then looking in there and trying to find something I think looks good with it. And that's what I go with. Trying to, like, I thought about maybe trying to like coordinate it so it was like a fade. That is not what my heart wanted. My heart wanted to just reach in there, grab something. Okay, let's keep knitting. So yeah, so this is my short row edge. I think I'm using, so I had actually cast this whole thing on, I think on a size 5 needle and got a whole mini skein in and then realized it was too tight. It was like actually kind of uncomfortable to knit on. So I ripped it all out and cast on again. I think I'm using size 7s. My old lady eyes are not gonna, yeah, there we go. They're 7s. and I was intending to cast on 300 stitches, which is plenty. But then I had a longer tail, so I ended up casting on 320. So this thing's gonna be massive, but it's so squishy and so nice, and it's just a good, like, grab and go. Well, not grab and go. It's not portable, not really, but it's a mindless pattern. All I have to do is knit garter stitch. So, and then just remember to do my short row. So super easy, super fun. Will be massive. I might even have enough in here to do 2 of them. So that'll be kind of fun. I have tons of linen quill, so I'd been saving it, so I have sweater quantities of a few of them, but the sweaters that I've knit in linen quill I haven't loved. And I think it's just a little hard for me to wear next to skin. There's just a little bit of toothiness to it that it's not my favorite, but I really like it as a blanket. And so I haven't used, like, I think I've got 3 or 4 sweater quantities in there, and I've been holding on to them. And I think just finally this week I was like, just let go. You're not going to make a sweater with them. Make a blanket. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, there's the enormo half and half wrap blanket thing. So yeah. Okay. My last whip, yeah, is my test knit. And I've made some progress on this week. Not as much as I wish I had, but I cast on other things. Now I think I'm allowed to actually show you the front because I saw that somebody had posted, a few people had posted pictures of it, and Samantha actually reposted them. So I think I'm allowed to show the front. I'm not going to show loads of details of this because it is a test knit. But this is my Lagome. So I have about 4 inches on the body. So I got a ways to go, but it is like knitting on a cloud. It's just so soft. Sorry. Oh, my little cord was like poking through it, and I thought it was a needle, and I was like, what the? But it's not. So yeah, I'm knitting this in Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair with double-stranded compatible cashmere, and they're both in the powder colorway. So this is a super lovely fabric, and I've got tons of this yarn. So I think I'm about to get into, I think I'm about to get into my 4th pair of compatible cashmeres, and I'm still on my 3rd mohair. So it uses less yarn than I would think, but that's also because I'm triple stranding. But this is the one I really want to work on this week. It kind of hit me that I have a week until Christmas. So realistically, I don't know if I can finish this in a week. And that kind of got me thinking about Betwixtmas, because traditionally what I like to do is on Christmas Eve, I cast on a sweater and I try to have it done by New Year's. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that this year, which kind of annoys me, but also is like, okay, chill. So somebody else, and maybe a few people have said this, is what they try to do is clear as much off their needles so that they're kind of going into the new year fresh. And when I heard that the first time, internally I was just like, nah, that's not for me. But the more I think about it, I'm like, actually that would be kind of nice to like finish some things and like just, I don't know, like instead of finishing one sweater by New Year's, let's do the cuffs you need to do on 2 of them so they'll be done, and then finish 2 scarves that are kind of languishing, and then finish the test knit. And I have 2 other sweaters that they're on hold right now. So like I kind of want to see how much of those I can get done in Betwixtmas, but to be able to even knit on anything other than this test, I have to finish this test. Because it's due like the first week of January, I think. And I I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be in Orlando most of that week. So I have to finish it before then. I mean, I could take it on the airplane with me, and but we're not going to have loads of free time. We're going to be going. So I need to finish it before the end of the year. Which I can do. I can do. It's not hard knitting. It's very simple. It's just I need to just crack down, and that's actually what I'm doing today. Is I'm going to put on some Christmas movies, and I'm going to just knit for hours and then eat some cinnamon rolls. Which I should say, I still smell like I got a new extract kind of thing. And I'm going to mispronounce it like crazy, but it's like Fior de Sicilia or Sicily. Gosh. This is what happens when you like half read the label and then you don't look at the spelling. But I got it from King Arthur. I was talking to my friend's mom about panettone, and she talked about how this flavoring has more, it's like orange and vanilla, and so it is a little bit more like a panettone flavor. And so I bought a little jar of it from King Arthur because I was ordering a couple other things from their website. It smells so good. I can still smell it on my hands, but I'm making my cinnamon rolls. I put that flavoring in the dough, and then my filling, I haven't decided. I have like a base cinnamon roll recipe that I use fairly often. I really like cinnamon rolls. But I kind of tweak it every time. So one of my favorites that I do is I put cayenne pepper in the filling, just a little bit, and it's enough to where it like heats, but it's not like like my nieces can eat it. It's not hot, but it just has a little bit of a kick. I've done it with cardamom. I like that too. But I think this time, I haven't decided exactly what my filling is going to be, but I have some candied orange peel that I've been soaking in brandy, and I have raisins, and I might do that with brown sugar and butter. That will be better. But I haven't quite decided what. I think I'll probably do that, and then maybe I don't know if I have any walnuts. I don't know if I want to do that. And then I got some orange marmalade because I don't like frosting. I like some frosting. I don't like cream cheese frosting. But I thought about doing like an orange marmalade glaze on the top of them. It just sounds so nice. So yeah, so sorry. I still smell like that flavoring. I did wash my hands, but it stuck around, and it's a lovely smell. But I will be eating those today. Hopefully they're good. Hopefully they're not bad. And I will be knitting and watching Christmas movies and wrapping Christmas presents. Okay, that's all I have for knitting. And I thought I was going to talk a whole lot longer about that, but I really didn't. So I'll talk about my advents first, and then I have one acquisition. So if you're not interested in that, you can sign off, and I will see you back next week. Okay, so I got a little. I've stayed up to date with my advents, but I've stopped keeping track of what order they all come in. So I might be showing you some things that you've already seen. So I can't remember exactly what you've seen from the one I did with, I traded with Bex, but I will show them up. So the first one is this really pretty lavender with like flecks in it. That's so nice. And then this one's a darker one, so these kind of go together. These are fun. And then got this turquoise. And I don't remember if I showed this one last time or not. There was one kind of similar to it, but it's like a white with like light pink streaks in it. That's fun. And then this one, like a burgundy. That's so pretty. And then this one, I think I just opened this morning, and it's so pretty. So it's like white, creamy with like, trying to get my head out of the way. There we go. With like this streak of like blue and gold, orange. Ugh, so pretty. So this one I actually love because I feel like with mini skeins, you don't always get this like variegated or like streaking like this, like, because I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, it feels intentional. I like it. So, and then I've been opening up the little additional gifts that she's included just kind of randomly. And this one is like my favorite. It's tiny little scissors. So I actually don't own a pair of teeny tiny like knitting scissors, and it's got an attached little, I don't know if you can see that, the little Sharpie thing, the actual scissors, but it's got this, it doesn't come off and it like protects the tips. So they're like perfect travel scissors. So that's fun. Okay, and then this is, I lost count of what, of the one I made for myself. I did I'm all alternating pinks and greens every day because the original goal was I was going to make a scattering petals cowl, but I didn't feel like making that. And then as these were coming out, there's a lot of sweet fiber yarn in it because I got a sweet fiber advent a few years ago, and I love the order everything was in, and it was numbered, but I never ended up making anything with it. And as I'm like opening this, there's a lot of sweet fiber, and I'm remembering how much I love this yarn. And so I actually started pulling out other colors that I still hadn't, that I didn't put in my my advent calendar. Let me see if I can hold these in a way that you can actually see. Like there's the, like I think she does no wrong with color. Honestly, I think there are a lot of like mystery kits that I would get that I'd be like, I don't know that I would love everything. Hers is one that 100% I would love any color she makes. But like, look at that. Look how beautiful those colors are, and they all go together. It's just, it's insane. They like all glow. And I hate this term, but they all have so much depth of color. I just hate it when people say that. I mean, no offense, but it's just, it annoys me. I don't know why. But they're so pretty. So I was thinking, like this one, and I don't know if this is one of her normal colors. This one's Hindsight, and it's like a purple, but with like browns in there, and like so pretty. I want like a whole sweater out of that. But I started thinking, and I was like, maybe I could do like, originally I was thinking I would do the Stella quilt cushion with this, but then I was like, well, but there's too many because you can only have, I think it's 8 colors in it, and I couldn't narrow it down. So then I thought, well, what if I make a sweet shop blanket with this? But then I started thinking this morning, what if I made myself a Daft Days cardigan with all of these? Because I have more. I had 24 of them. I think I could do that, and I think it'd be so pretty because I think you only need 16 for the Daft Days cardigan, and I could definitely get 16 like in this color family. The only question I would then have is like, what is my contrast color? I don't know. Do I go with like a white or an off-white, or do I do with a gray or a charcoal? I don't know. What do you guys think? If I did a Daft Days cardigan, what would you do as the background color? Because I don't want it to take away from these, but I also don't know that I would want a white. I don't want something that stark. I would want something that fits a little bit better with this. Like maybe if I did like a pale gray. I think she actually has. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to grab this. Oh dears. Okay. I could do like that. So this is another one of her colors. Sorry, it's not focusing. I keep seeing my head. This is Paper Birch, which I don't know if that's one of her recurring ones or not. But I could get like a pale gray. And then like, oh, yeah, okay. Decision made. The problem is I have to buy yarn for that. I'm trying not to buy yarn. So maybe I'll just see. I'll see if she has something like this, because I think I would only need a few skeins of it. I wouldn't need a lot, but we on a budget. So those are things, but I also like I've got so many projects going on right now. I need to finish some things before I start more things. Doesn't work that way usually, but that's why I think doing on like during the Twixmas, just trying to like power through as many projects. I feel like that would feel so cathartic to just be like, check that one off, check that one off, check that one off. And I think I would start with the easiest things like finishing cuffs. And like my gala scarf is like days away from being done if I would just sit down and do it. But I haven't. So, and that moon glow yarn blanket wouldn't take that long. So we'll see. Oh, guys, I have to give a shout out to my nail lady, Kayla. She's amazing. They're like Christmas ornaments. Ah, she's so fun. I came in, I got this done this week, last week, I guess, when you guys see this. And I was starting to look through like the normal colors, and she goes, "We have new colors." I was like, "Oh, okay." And she went and pulled out all these like ornament colors, and I was just like, and so she thought this one would look good, and I totally agree. I love it so much. So it's my Christmas nails. All right, so that's it for Advents and whips. I have one acquisition. So again, if you're not interested in that, totally get it. I will see you back next week. If you are, y'all, my original idea, I knew what I was getting. I ordered this weeks ago, but I thought, I'm going to leave this in its bag. I'm going to put it under my tree. I'm not going to let myself open it until Christmas. Because it was supposed to get here on Monday. And so I thought, okay, if that's the case, it's only a week. I can wait. Then it got here on Friday. And my self-control was gone. So I did a pre-order for a stick season kit from Explore Knits and Fibers. And you guys, this is gorgeous. So this is fur, and this is the Earthy DK, which is non-superwash. And I got 6 of them. So they're just, and so when I actually got these, it was dark. And so, because the sun goes down early here. And so I was like, I had the lights on, and so you can kind of see it, but it's not until you get it in the sunlight that it's got like a blue undertone, and it's so pretty. And it's soft and squishy. This is gonna, I might make a stick season, I might not. I don't know. I like the stick season pattern. I think it's really pretty. I also like the ones that are the stickless stick season. I think that would be really nice too. I don't know. Not sure. This will be a New Year's thing. This won't be, I'm not going to try to do this before the end of the year. But it's exciting. This is the last of the yarn that I have purchased, so I should not be getting any new yarn until February. And then I will be getting new yarn. So yeah, I make my last student loan payment next week. No, not next week. 2 weeks, 10 days from now. So exciting. Very ready to be out of debt. But we'll still be on a budget until I get a paycheck in February. So, I've been really good. My shopping has drastically gone down. I've been very diligent about that. I've been even like just groceries. Like I've been really good about looking through my pantry and seeing what I have and using up things that are there before buying anything new. So I'm proud of myself for that. That's a skill I feel like I've kind of lost in recent years. So I'm glad that it's not gone. I can still be frugal with what I have. So yeah, I'm gonna go clean up the mess I made in here. Maybe fold some sweaters. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go knit. work on some stuff. Going to drink some hot chocolate later today. I'm doing another run on Sunday. It's probably going to be another short one, but I really wanted to see how my body would react to 2 days in a row running. So we'll see. And I'm like going to start packing soon for like planning to pack for Disney World. It's so soon. It's less than 3 weeks, y'all. Less than 3 weeks until I can get my Saturdays back. Oh, I've been looking at the weather in Orlando, and I forgot that I had it on Orlando's weather. And so when I was planning my run this morning, it was like, it's gonna rain. Like, dang it. I don't want to run in the rain. I was like, okay, well, the rain's not supposed to start until like 10. So maybe if I get up at this time and start running. And then I noticed that the sun was rising like 30 minutes earlier. I was like, what? What? I was like, oh, wrong state. Okay. It did not rain here. It rained actually this week. It was nice. But not today. Today is beautifully sunny and cloudless and just gorgeous weather. Oh, I actually forgot. I'm gonna put this clip on the end of the video. So Oklahoma is a hotbed of tornadoes, so we have tornado sirens everywhere in Oklahoma City and other cities as well. And to make sure they work, every Saturday at noon they test them, and so they'll go off for a few minutes every Saturday at noon, and it's normal. It doesn't mean there's a tornado. They don't do that in the spring. Because in the spring you could actually be having a tornado at noon, but in the winter they don't happen. But my dogs howl to them, and they have since they were puppies, and it cracks me up. And actually sometimes I howl along with them just for funsies. But I was sitting out on the back porch today, and it was right before noon, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna get a video of them. And it wasn't their best howling, so just they're usually much more exuberant with the howling. But the best part is at the beginning of the video, Linus tries to howl with the ball in his mouth, which he's never done before. And so at the very beginning, there's like a second where I'm like, so you can hear me like reacting to it. Lolly was pretty lazy. She refused to get up to howl. She just stayed in her little spot and howled. But yeah, I'll include that because I just think it's funny. So if you have dogs who get like triggered by other dogs howling, maybe mute that or just skip it entirely. If I played that in my house, my dogs would start howling just because there were other dogs howling. So, alrighty. Well, you guys have a good week. I think I'm going to be back next week because my family's not getting in until Sunday. So, and I usually record these on Saturday. So I think I will still record next week. And then we'll just kind of play it by ear. I'll probably record during Betwixtmas because it'd be a good excuse to like do my hair and put on a little bit of makeup just to, get out of my funk because I'm not going to be doing much during that time other than knitting and eating. But so I'll see you guys back in a week. I hope you have a really good week. I hope you have lots of time for knitting or crocheting or spinning or weaving or sewing or whatever your hobby is. I hope you get some time to relax and spend time with friends and family. And I will see you back next week. Bye.